Hey guys, how's it going? So, another week, another mobile suit. This one, we got a little bit of information early, and that was the Pell Rider VG. Now, actually getting to play against it, I could definitely say it is very aggressive and kind of squishy as far as defenses go, so you're definitely going to want to equip some defensive parts, but it has a very quick melee and has a decent assortment of weapons. I believe it was the MMP-80 with the grenade launcher, the giant bazooka, I think another bazooka, maybe the Zaku bazooka, one of them. Anyway, there's like two Xeon bazookas, and then the Gogu Jaeger beam rifle. As far as it goes, the missiles there, they kind of just shoot out as a volley, which is kind of cool. Overall, oh yeah, and it has this beam spot gun, which is nice for damaging on the move. So if you kind of treat it like a Gogu Jaeger with missiles on the legs and then a very aggressive melee, that's pretty cool. It only has one dodge roll and doesn't really have anything too crazy. It does have, and I'm trying to remember what that does. Oh, double tackle. That's right. It's got a double tackle, so you can tackle twice. So you can take advantage of doing some interesting, maybe tackle, and then somebody kind of bait out the tackle from them, and then you can tackle back or something, and then you melee them. Some kind of weird combo like that. Rick Diaz things. And overall, it's pretty solid as far as the health being 15,000. Again, you kind of want some defenses because everything is about like 11 to 15, somewhere around there, I believe. I'd have to look at the screenshot, which is definitely what I'm doing right now, but overall it feels pretty solid. I think it can work pretty well at 450, 500 maybe not as much, but because just really how squishy it is. So I could see there being some issues with that. Overall, let's see here, it does have 13, 18, and 17 for defenses, and then again I went over the skills. You have to pop Hades to get the double dodge roll and to get the what was it? Was it something else? Oh yeah, force injector. There we go. Because it doesn't have force injector outright. So we'll see. It may be just low enough to not make it, but I think it definitely can make the cut at 450. Maybe not as much at 500. So we'll see how that works. Though again, it's got a very aggressive downswing and very aggressive melees. Also, to keep in mind too, I so far have seen it use only the bazooka, so I don't know if maybe the beam rifle might do better because it has, I think, 22 and 23 for its like, maybe that was level 2, but for its modifiers for damage. There's the normal suit that you can get if you do the 10 spin, and we have the gun cannon SML level 2 now in the lottery, which is pretty cool, which I don't even think the level 1's in the ticket shop or the lottery. It might be in the ticket shop. I think it's in the ticket shop. I can't remember now. But anyway, that I think it's in that rotation at least. Hopefully it is. If not, then rip. Hopefully the other suit, if it's not in the ticket shop, that they put in the lottery anyway. Moving on though, we have the MAFTY 01 and normal suit, just the whole thing. Looks pretty cool. And if you really want to go do the pose, you can go do the pose in front of the thing. They even have a little thing for you to stand there, and it's got a marker on the ground, and you can have a friend take a screenshot, because the weird part is, and it has a little cutout for your character. But the weird part is, there we go, there it is. And yeah, there's not really a good photo mode. Also, in the information center, they have a little thing that you can watch, which apparently is not working right now, so oops. But there is that. We got a nice little costume. I actually think it looks pretty cool. But let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Overall, kind of cool that they're doing stuff like this. Kind of wish we got a little more, you know, tokens or something. No. But anyway, wait, what does this say actually? At the base camp, press L. Oh yeah, you can do the pose. That's right. So you can actually do the pose, and you get a helmet in your hand, and it's kind of cool. Next, we have the rest of the patch notes and stuff. Brawl Mode is here. Brawl Mode is a free-for-all mode, which is pretty hectic. We had 12 people going at it in a custom match, and it was crazy. I love free-for-all modes. I already talked about this, and after playing it, it was a ton of fun. Now the thing is, personally, in my opinion, awareness is key, and playing opportunistically is key. So a lot of people like to have their one-on-one kind of fight or whatever. Well, you gotta, like, if you're this guy right here in second place, you gotta know that you're surrounded by 3 generals and that you're about to get wrecked. And you have to have been planning for that. If not, you're gonna have a bad day, and it's gonna feel like you're just getting bullied by everybody at all times. So that is one of the things. But how does some of the mechanics work? So you can see a little ring around the numbers 1, 2, and 3, indicating which ones they are. And you can see their scores and their places right above their head, just like that. And that's how you kind of target them. Now the main thing is you get a portion of the score and their suit cost as well. What's really interesting here is I had 0 kills for a while. I got 2 and I was in first place. And then I was scared because I was a support and people targeted me. So positioning is key, awareness is key, and planning is a big deal in free-for-alls. I played a lot of Halo 2 free-for-all and some other games that had free-for-all modes, and you really had to pay attention, especially if you were given anything like a radar like you do in the little map. But overall, pretty cool. I think they go ahead and show the score here. I think we looked at that. We'll just go ahead and play it again real quick. But right there, get the 300 for the kill and another 353 for the score that they had. And here they're showing the score difference, 300 for the base plus 353 from their 15% of their score. And they lose that, so they actually drop down. You can actually gain score, though, from assist, which is what they say here. 30% of the cost of the destroyed unit, 5% of the score points that they would have lost as well, that you get a still assist from. And overall, you can pretty much play support life and do the assist game and still do really well. As long as you get 1 or 2 kills toward the end, you can win. So there are definitely good ways for support players to play, and I'm definitely looking at it from a support player because that's my main thing. Kind of already talked about this. The lower the rank, the better. Oh yeah, you also gain a damage and defense bonus based on your position. I think at 10th place, I had like 20-some% or whatever, so that is pretty cool. Curious to see if they try to balance that a little more, but it's also kind of like simple. You can't really get out of your suit, stuff like that, so there's that info. But yeah, it's just a ton of fun. Hop in, play around. They're doing different costs right now for weekend battles, and it's just going to come back every weekend. And I kind of want to see a mix-up version, kind of like unrestricted, pick your own thing, and see what happens. I don't know if they have the same quick match where you had to be 100 under, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. Then we have the adjustments. We'll talk about those in a second. The strengthen of the response to annoying behavior. We have set a limit on the number of times the same chat can be sent during a battle. The number of times you can send the same chat per sortie is limited to 6, which is obnoxious to me because I'm going to have to say support me way more than 6 times as a support player. This is ridiculous. This is one of the worst changes that they've done, because one of the most that a player needs to communicate is the support, because you're going to be targeted a lot of times by a raid that you need to say. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going to start adding anything that's like need help from enemy, need help over here. I'm just going to add a bunch of other random things because you kind of have to a little bit, especially when you're playing with a bunch of random people. I don't like this change. I'm not a fan at all. Anyway, you can now open the official information by clicking the options button and on the premium login bonus banner. Okay, that's kind of cool. We talked about the VG. Really cool. Oh, here we go. In the ticket shop, we got the Barzam level 1 and 2. Really hype with that. A little bit on the weak side at level 2, but definitely a fun suit at level 1. Probably not that many tickets since it's a 2-star. Gelgubrin Commander level 3. Really cool, but sadly probably too many tickets for that suit. Even though I love the suit, it's probably not the best at level 3. And Act Zaku Command type level 4. Kind of rip at that cost as well, especially for that ticket price. In the DP store, I went ahead and bought it, the GP04. I like the Super better. but if you're more of a general player and are used to playing it more of a general style, this might be the one for you. As far as for most support players, the super will definitely feel more at home in space. But if you don't have either, then there you go. GP04. Super shouldn't be too far behind, I don't think. But anyway, here's some of the fixes. I didn't really see anything too crazy, but there they are on screen. If you want to look at those, nothing stood out, but there's not that many of them this time. Then clan ranked. Go ahead and look at that. We got 450 5v5 Friday, so that is tomorrow from when I'm filming this. Ace match, impact site. Good luck. I actually might be up for that one. I don't know. It depends, but might be on for about an hour or so. I can't really do much. I'm actually pretty busy right now, and I guess I should have said this earlier, but I'll also say it at the end. Content might be a little awkward coming up this next week, so as far as even getting this video out next week might be late, but yeah, there's that. Moving on to the adjustments. Here's the adjustments from last week. Dove and Wolf, they got rid of the damage control. If you look at the numbers here, they didn't really shift, and what I find weird is the rival win didn't really budge much at all, and their damage actually went up. So I don't know exactly how their reaction to it. I don't think they added any reaction, but yeah, like I said, I didn't think this would change anything, and it doesn't really look like it changes much at all. GBO3, really good changes, definitely went up there. Zaku 3, good changes, win rate went up, good stuff. Virulent, win rate went up, but I'm actually kind of surprised how much it went up. These changes are pretty solid, and I'm curious to know if it was just people who already played it or how many people tried it and it's actually better. So kind of curious there, but the numbers are saying it's pretty good now. So there you go. Gapfly, good changes as well. They didn't do too much, but health and some speed can go a long way. They also adjusted the beam rifle, I think, here too, yeah, in flight mode, so there's that too. Hamrabi getting the same buffs because I think the gun got buffed as well, so Hamrabi went up as well, looking good, and raid buffs feel really good for it to fly now. Good stuff, falling out of the air once you transform and not getting knocked over from a rocket. Full armor 7th actually went up. Really surprised that the numbers went up. I didn't agree that these changes is what is needed, but the problem is, oh wait, actually that is level 2 and up. Okay, yeah, so level 2 and up went up. Good stuff. Pretty cool. I still don't think it's that good compared to other stuff at that option, so I wonder if this is why I wish they would show the rate at which people are sorting and things and how that changes as well, because I just feel like it's the same people, and of course they're going to do better if that's the suit they've been playing with. Look at me with the Dawn Barrage. As soon as it got buffed, it's my main suit, and I'm a monster. It feels like with it, kind of thing, right? Because that one little change, people still say it's trash. But yeah. Anyway, oh, they're still talking about. Oh wait, that was from last week. Okay. This time though, we got the Dryson nerf pretty much at level 1 and 2. It got a 2,000 and then a 1,500 at level 2 nerf to its health. Do I think that's going to be enough to change it too much? Probably not, but we'll see. Sometimes those health nerfs for raids are a big deal, but is it as big of a deal for generals? We haven't seen too many generals get a health nerf and it be a big deal. Gotcha, getting a buff. I don't know if this is exactly what it needed, but it's getting Force Injector 2, which is kind of cool. And we'll just see how the Gotcha does. I don't know exactly what this means for this suit, but who knows? It could be meta at its 350 cost. Definitely curious to see what happens with that. Then we have the Comfort getting a health buff by a 1,000 at level 1 and then only 500 at level 2. That's a little weird. I feel it needs more. And then it got some reload times and some turn speed. Mainly the health is the big deal, but I don't think the level 2 is going to change that much, if any at all. We'll see though. And it looks like 1 even needed less as far as the raids go, so I'm kind of confused with that one. G-Line Standard, pretty cool set of stuff. Short beam rifle getting 100 damage, getting 1,000 health. Resistances and combat correction has been increased. I think that's melee damage. Really cool stuff here. it definitely needed a bit more, and it reduced the rigidity time for the Gatling Smashers, which is like the shake or recoil, whatever. So pretty cool stuff. It's definitely fallen due to power creep. Raid stuff. We have a nerf to the Pale Rider Dullahan. It was pretty much the main pick thing, and yes, they put the 35% that it was chosen. Not just that, it had a 61% rival win compared to the 48% average, well over the damage, bit under the mobile suit loss, and 5%, almost 6% over the normal win rate. So yeah, I know when I got up to A+ and close to that and seen a lot of S-, if you weren't using the Dullahan at 400 cost as the raid, they would dodge. So that's probably why it's getting nerfed. Fair enough. I don't know if the 2000 health is too much, but we'll see. And they also removed the damage control, which is kind of a big deal. I'm trying to think of what suits are going to take advantage of that. Yesterday, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but after thinking about it, I think it is. We'll definitely talk about that on the podcast. Gaz-L getting a lot of buffs. Seemed to feel really good. It hurt a lot, and it seemed to feel good. 200 damage on the level 2 power for its Beam Saber. Heat rate is improved to 34% for its cannons. 0.5 second cooldown or charge reduced for the Heat Lance charge mode, rather, and it gained 1,000 health. Good stuff. Hopefully that'll bring it up. It definitely had a below average win rate. I was curious to see if the Gaz-R would get something. It felt pretty good, but I feel it needs a little bit more. BST, really cool to see it getting a buff. Level 2 power going up again. And the, or actually, wait, did they do that once? I think they might have buffed the level 1. Either way, level 2 is going up a bit. High speed movement has come up by 10. And you can move left and right and reverse going up as well. That's always a great quality of life for raids. Desert Gelgu getting a buff too. And it's looking good. I've been playing a bit more. Focus time went down to 4 seconds for its beam rifle. And the arm buster gaining 300 damage. Reduce the blurring when firing while moving and firing during a jump. Really good stuff here for that gun. This thing, it needed a bit more damage, and I think it's getting there. Really curious to see what happens with its win rate. In this new free-for-all, Desert Gelgu looks pretty good, just saying. GPO2 Beam Bazooka, let's go. My baby, the GPO2. Turn went up by 9 to 54. Let's go. Granted, the offense system level 1. Accumulated value of the stagger for its bazooka went up to 90% from 80% and 95 when charged from 85. The high output of the beam saber, the downswing got a buff as well, looking good. I think it's 180% now. The biggest problem was actually getting the kill on a support when I get to them, and normally I would resort to just making a scene and knocking down everybody. Feels really good now. I like the beam bazooka with this buff. You know, they buffed it twice now. Let's do it again. I want my OP beam bazooka. Let's go. No, anyway, I'm a big GPO2 fan. So any form of the GPO2, let's get a buff. Might be slightly biased. And then for the full armor Gundam Type B, getting a decent buff here. High performance radar 1 to 3 at, looks like all levels. I don't know why they separated it. Oh, I guess because it was at a different level at certain levels. Okay. And gained 500 health. I'm kind of surprised that that's all the health that it gains, so that's kind of rip. The level 1 probably feeling better now a little bit. The other ones might not be so much. Triple beam rifle, range is increased. That's kind of nice. Increase the accumulative value of stagger for the missile tubes. I'm really curious to know what that is. We'll definitely talk about that on the podcast. And the large missile launcher went up by 300 damage, which is going to be great. Improved to make it harder to hit objects on the map and expanded the explosive range when landing. I can't wait to try this out. That could make or break this suit to be a big contender. They already fixed the speed of the missile. Let's see if they fixed the other quality of life that it needed. And yeah, 33% rival win at 600 doesn't surprise me. 44 and 42. It is kind of a sad suit. I love the full armors, but they definitely need a buff. Even the base full armor is kind of trash at this point. But anyway, that's it for everything. We went over everything here. Let me know in the comments what do you think about all of this. Again, next week could have late content and stuff, or might not have some content, but I'll try to at least get some video about the update and things. on the Twitch. Might not be streaming as much, if at all, on some days. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Again, let me know in the comments what you think about any of this. The buffs, the nerfs, should they have done more, less? The new suit, are you excited for Hathaway's Flash? I guess technically it's hitting theaters in Japan on the 7th, but yeah, that means it's close. We might even get a theater December thing here in the States. But yeah, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace!